morning. Hello, hello, hello. This is 1100 WSG. I'm Utah LaVern, and yes, this is one street over. If you've been with us a while, you know exactly what we're doing. We're finding out what's happening one street over from where we're living, and we're living right because we get to work and live in Robertson County, in the words of our wonderful county mayor, Mayor Billy Vogel. And this morning, as you know, again, if you follow us and you stay with us, you know that the first Wednesday is the day that we visit with our principals around school. Or from Robertson County, around the county. And because I am now a teacher, I stay plugged into all this stuff. And I'm getting to meet Ken Neitz for the first time because you are the principal at Coopertown Middle.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how long have you been at Coopertown Middle serving as principal?
This is my first year as principal.
That's what I thought, because you've been a vice principal, or an assistant principal, they call it.
Correct.
Right. Assistant principal for a while. How long were you assistant principal?
Well, at Coopertown Middle, just 1 year.
Okay.
But I came from North Carolina, and I had 4 years as an AP in a middle school in North Carolina.
Okay. Okay. Well, welcome to
Thank you.
Wonderful Middle Tennessee. What brought you here?
Well, my daughter had a daughter, so we had to get closer to the grandkids, and now she also has a son. So,
okay.
You know, the missus and myself had to pack up from North Carolina and move to Tennessee to be closer to everybody.
Totally get it. I'm about to have my 5th grandchild, so and they're within an hour of. Well, no, one of them that has a child is 2.5 hours away. It's very hard because we've got 4 boys and they're all scattered. So, trying to be with those grandbabies, man, that's a lot. So that's a priority.
They live in Hendersonville and we live in White House, so it's only a 20-minute trip. So we get to see them every week, and
that's great.
Spend a lot of time with them on the holidays, so it was wonderful.
Good. That's wonderful. Well, welcome, and we're glad to have you. And so, one of the first things that we always like to ask our principals. What is the thing that you are most proud of at Coopertown Middle?
Well, coming in last year, we had a whole brand new administrative team. We had Teresa Chandler as our principal, and then myself and Brittany Beck came in as APs. And our goal last year was to really change the culture and climate of the school. Mm-hmm. I guess in the years past, and I wasn't there, so I can't make too many comments on it, that it wasn't the best of circumstances there, the best situation. So we came in and wanted to reward the kids, and when they did what they were supposed to, we were able to reward them, and we were able to bring back dances and pep rallies, and we were able to get the kids excited about being in school again. So we were very proud about that. And then Teresa Chandler retired last year, and I was promoted to principal, and we're continuing the climate and culture, and this year we're really making a big emphasis on academics.
Okay.
You know, our school board really wants our county to be in the top in the state, and that's what we're trying to do this year, and really working hard to bring our scores up and be where Robertson County needs to be.
I love it. I mean, I'm at Greenbrier High School, and so we just got our our B report card, and so we love celebrating all those things, and I mean, it's just something that all of us across the district are striving to get better and better every single day. So, what have you guys got coming up? Do y'all have anything? I know this is kind of a weird time. If you talk right before Christmas, there's all kinds of programs and things like that. Are you guys just kind of getting grounded and getting ready for the semester? Do you have testing coming up? Anything like that's on your calendar that you want to make sure everybody knows about?
Well, we're finishing up our winter sports. So next week, the basketball teams, girls and boys, will be in the Robertson County tournament to see who's going to win the conference. So we have that coming up. We always have band and choir coming up, or always have a band and choir something coming up with them. I know one of our students is going to the mid-state band. They qualified for that. And
that's cool.
And they get to have like a practice session first, so they're going to go to that and then represent Coopertown Middle and Robertson County in the state for the mid-state. So that's always exciting. We're thinking of there's works in for a Valentine's Day dance.
Oh, fun.
We're throwing around different types, whether we want it to be at 6 o'clock at night or if we wanted to have it after school. We don't always get the best turnout if they have to come back because transportation is a problem for some of our kids and parents. So we're thinking about having one right after school so most of our students can attend.
Oh, Okay, I like that idea too. And it just seems, I don't know, especially with the middle school age and things like that, but I think that's a great idea. And what you said about rewarding the kids, if kids are going to school and there's not something to look forward to, like the dances and the pep rallies and the rewards things, number one, it hurts your attendance.
Correct.
That's been a big issue. I mean, that is something we've been just taking on head on at our school, is the trying to get them there. Just like I've got a field trip on Friday that I'm taking my kids on. And to be eligible to go on a field trip, you cannot have one unexcused absence at our school. And the kids, they whine about that, but it's like, if our principal, she says, if you cannot come to school, when you're not sick or a legitimate excuse, then you don't deserve to go on field trips. And so those are rewards things, and academics and the dedication to do what you need to do. It's all so important.
Absolutely. My assistant principal, Brittany Beck, does a great job. Every month we reward the kids who have perfect attendance. We had 30 students who went the whole first semester without missing. So the day before Christmas break, we cooked them a breakfast.
Oh, that's great.
So there's rewards every month, because in order for our test scores to go up, the kids have to be there. So we do those rewards at the end of each grading period. We do a rewards trip for kids who have all C's or higher and less than 2 unexcused absences, and then they get to go on a rewards trip. This last time they went to the indoor. I call it the indoor amusement park in Clarksville. They were able to go there.
Right.
The first 9 weeks they went to a local farm. So it's things that kids don't usually get to do.
Yeah.
So we always have incentives, and we want to make school fun, a place that they want to come and they feel safe. So we like to give all these rewards and then be able to do the extra things.
Yeah, it is huge. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Renaissance program that they do. Okay, we are real big in Renaissance, thanks to our wonderful Miss Samantha Grimes up at Greenbrier. And I love that because, I mean, it's real easy to reward kids that are excelling in sports.
Right.
I mean, because it's just, it's easy. It's what we've always done. But the kids who are applying themselves academically, they're getting to school, they're doing the right thing. How do you reward that? So you have to be super intentional about it.
Absolutely.
And
we rewarded we give 3 benchmarks a year, and we rewarded all the students who earned at least 1, 3, or 4. Earning a 3 or 4 means they were proficient in that subject.
Right.
And we were able to reward 180 kids after the first benchmark.
Oh, cool.
And they could earn up to 4 rewards because there's 4 different subjects in the test. And we just did our second benchmark, and we're getting ready to reward those kids too. We haven't figured out how many 3s and 4s we have, but it's one of my sayings at school. It's the little things. Do the little things, and all those little things together become big things. So we try to get the kids in school so they can do better, and we can get our test scores up.
Very good, very good. And we're talking with. Are you Doctor or Mr.?
I'm just Mr.
Okay, 'cause we have a lot of principals that do have that DR in front of their name, and I like to, because I don't, and I would love to, but so I always try to acknowledge that. But we're talking with our principal at Coopertown Middle. This is Ken Neitz, and he's relatively new to our area, but we love that. And so I always like to find out, because typically our administrators, I think they all have some kind of an education background. Were you a teacher prior to being an administrator?
I was. This is my 33rd year in education.
God bless you. That's
I did 28 years as a high school math teacher.
Oh, my goodness. Math.
And actually, when I first moved to Tennessee, I'm in my 3rd year in Tennessee, I went back in the classroom because I couldn't find an administration job. I was in a neighboring county. We don't like to name those counties. So a neighboring county, and I went back in the classroom and taught high school math again.
Oh, fun.
And then I was fortunate enough to get interviewed for an administration position here in Robertson County, and I was assigned to Coopertown Middle last year, and now I'm the principal there, and I'm loving it. So,
that's great.
Yes,
That's great.
Robertson County, the school board they support us so much.
Yeah, right.
I never feel like I can't ask a question if I need to, and there's so much help that's given to us, and it's the same with all the schools. We had a situation where we needed to cover a basketball game at home, and I had to go, and I called my assistant principal to come. Well, before he could get there, we had an assistant principal from Joe Burns there, and she reached out, wanted to know if there's anything she could do.
Isn't that great?
So, yes, all of our schools are separate, but we're all together.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to it, we're all on the same team, and we're all just trying to get Robertson County better.
And loving on these kids, I tell you what, if you've not been, I've so many people ask me, what can we do? I was involved in politics for a long time, and so people are always asking me, and I say this a lot on the air, what can we do to make our world better? And I'm like, get involved in your community from the ground up, on the inside out, and the schools are a perfect place to do it, whether it be a sub, whether it be driving a bus, being a assistant on a bus, being a teacher. You can become a teacher. My husband and I both retired into teaching. Then we had one of our friends that said, I'm going to do that too. So he went into, he's teaching English. I said, brother, that is a tested subject. I said, we're CTE. I said, it's a little different. I said, that's a lot. Wouldn't you just, like you said, math, one of my very best friends is a retired math teacher. Mm-hmm. And we're always teasing her, trying to get her back in the classroom because we're so short on so many teachers. So that kind of leads me to my next question. Where are you guys as far as staffing at Coopertown Middle? Are you looking for positions? Do you have some open positions? Are you anticipating some retirements to where you're going to have some positions that you can talk about?
Well, I'm proud to say that right now we are fully staffed, almost awesome. Fully staffed. Okay. We do have a special education assistant position open. Mm-hmm. And like you said, we're always looking for people for that. Yeah. Qualifications for that are minimal compared to everything else. Uh-huh. So besides that, we are fully staffed. We did have to make some changes here after Christmas break, where we had a teacher who transferred to another school, so we had to replace them, and that new teacher was able to start yesterday, so awesome. Our first day back. In terms of retirement, I know we have at least one teacher in our RTI program who has talked about retirement, that she's eligible and most likely will do it. We're still trying to one more year. So we're trying to keep her, and you know how it is every year. You have some teachers who want to move and maybe be in the same school as their children or closer to home, yeah. Or anything like that. So we are anticipating having to hire some teachers next year. Our projection for enrollment is about the same as this year, so we have our staff now, and if nobody left, we'd be good for next year. But we know some people are going to try to go to greener pastures, what they think are greener pastures. So we always are looking for quality people to come in, and even if they don't have that teacher's license, our county's very good at working with them and getting them on the right path to get that license. That's
what a lot of people don't realize, and you and I were discussing as we came in, that the position that I'm in was just a fluke. I have a background in English second language through the ministry work I've done, and so I wanted to be an ELL teacher. Mm-hmm. And so I went to a job fair and was talking to Springfield about becoming an ELL teacher, and had already looked into colleges to get my certification to do that. And I get a phone call that they, they want me to start this audio video program. And I had some classes that I had to take, but I was able to start work, go ahead and take those classes along the way. I got a temporary license. I have my cohort at Springfield that's teaching audio video. He is in the situation right now, too, where he's got a license that he has for another year to give him time to get his, certifications that he needs to qualify him. And that works if you can. Now, when it comes to the math and the English and those kinds of things, what is the test you have to take?
The praxis.
The praxis. I couldn't think of the name of it because I have my friend that taught English. He took a praxis to prove that he could do it, and then he had some other things he had to do, depending on what his degree was. But if you've already got a degree of any kind, you're ahead of the game.
Absolutely.
You're ahead of the game. And even if you don't have a degree, now we have kiddos that are in the Grow Your Own program.
Correct. Great program here, Robertson County.
That is amazing. There's kids that come out of our situation there at in the high schools that go into the Grow Your Own program every year. And a few of them I've known pretty well, and they're just doing phenomenally successful. they're getting their education while they're in the classroom, getting that practical experience, earning an income. I mean, it's just a great program.
Very good program.
So,
We have a couple teachers who came out of that program. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's a very good program. Highly recommended if anybody's even thinking, younger kids thinking about getting into education. Definitely reach out to our county office and see what the qualifications are for that.
Very good. Anything that we're missing? We've still got plenty of time, but we are anticipating another visit from another principal, Dinah Maupin, supposed to be here at 7:30, and we hope that she got the message and she's going to come in here. We'll just be chit-chatting for the next half hour. What time does school start at Coopertown? What is your bell?
Our doors open at 6:55 for our students.
Ooh, wow.
Yes, first class starts officially at 7:25. So students come in, they get to have their breakfast and then go to their homeroom. And 7:25 we're on the ground running, and 2:25 is when we start our dismissal. So
Okay.
it's a pretty quick day. Just touch back on another thing that we are looking very forward to in March, when March Madness starts with the NCAA tournament.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to be doing a unified game for our special education students, our CDC students.
Okay. So what is that going to look like?
What that's going to look like is we'll have some of our basketball players helping them play a game. We'll have our cheerleaders helping some of the girls who want to be the cheerleaders who don't want to play in the game.
How sweet.
We will do a pep rally for our CDC students. We will do an autograph signing afterwards with them.
Okay, I want to do this at our high school now.
Oh, it is wonderful. If you ever,
Oh my goodness! What a great idea!
if you ever Google Unified Game and you watch it, there's not going to be a dry eye in the house.
Oh, we got to do this.
So it is just wonderful. You know,
Great idea.
Yes, brought it from North Carolina.
Okay.
You can say I stole it from North Carolina.
Well, we're going to steal it from you.
Yes, but and
I love this idea.
It's very easy to do, and it just warms your whole student
Yeah.
body and brings everybody together.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's those students. Our special needs students are very special to us.
Yeah.
And they deserve a day like that. Actually, they deserve more days like that.
I think that's
But when it's
beautiful.
just all about them, it's going to be wonderful.
Oh, I love this idea. I had never heard of this. I love it.
Yeah, I have to give a shout out to Miss Petra Walls, one of our special education teachers. Her and one of our sixth grade English teachers, Miss Offit. They're the ones heading this up, doing a Unified Club. And yeah, we talked about it in our leadership meeting, and we're going to do that in March when the college basketball begins.
Okay. Very good. Very good. I love it. That is excellent. You know what? The doorbell just rang. I just heard it. Do you mind going, because I can't leave because we're live on the air. Do you mind going and seeing if that's Dinah at the door?
Sure,
and then
I can
come and
do
sit
that.
back down if you don't mind, and then we'll reset. And while you're doing that, I'm going to talk about one of my sponsors, Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. As always, we talk about them every day. They are our longest running full-time sponsor. We love them so much. If you missed it, Barry popped in on Monday to fill in for Sean Elmore because Sean was out. She had the flu. So we didn't get to visit with her about Open Door, but he's actually meeting with her today to get going on the Open Door Pregnancy and Resource Center video that they do every year to help with their big fundraising extravaganza. So that is going to be a wonderful time, and we want to encourage you to get out with that. But that's just one of those great things that is a good example of the things that they're doing at Exit Prime Realty. Barry and Rebecca are always so involved in the community. They have so many wonderful things going on. You're going to see them out and about at any community event. If there's a tent set up and there's a table, odds are you're going to see Exit Prime sitting there because you can come up to them, talk about, maybe I'm thinking about, selling my home, or maybe I'm thinking about buying. Is now a good time? Barry will tell you it's always a good time, whether interest rates are high or whether they're low. If interest rates are higher, that means housing prices come down. If interest rates go low, housing prices go up. It just fluctuates. And so it's always a good time to buy. Maybe you want to talk to them about being a realtor. Well, they can absolutely talk to you about that, especially right here at the first of the year. If that's something that you want to be mentored into doing, you can't find a better group to work with than Exit Prime Realty with Barry and Rebecca Richards. If you want to find out what the value of your home is, you can come out and sit down with them. They can give you a free market analysis to say, okay, yeah, now is a good time to sell. But if you want to reach out to them, best way, as they'll always say, just Google them. Barry Richards, Exit Prime Realty. Rebecca Richards, Exit Prime Realty. Or you can give Rebecca a call. Here's her phone number, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. Or you can go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy BUYRobertsCounty.com. Remember, her office is in White House. His brokerage office is here in Springfield, but together they are Exit Prime Realty. And when you talk to them, let them know U-Turn sent you. Thank you, Mr. Ken Neitz. He is our principal at Coopertown Middle, answering the door for me, because people don't realize once I turn this microphone on, I can't move until 8 because it's all live. So we had the doorbell. Was that Miss Maupin?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I kind of figured as much. Okay, so this idea, you called it, what was the game you called? You had a word?
It's called the Unify game.
The Unify game. Okay, so I'm going to look that up when I get to school, and I'm going to meet the special needs. Our special needs teacher at Greenbrier is one of my very best friends, and so I'm going to be going to her immediately, and our principal saying we need to do this because I love stuff like that.
It's wonderful. Just last year when they went to do the bowling event for the Special Olympics, we line the hallways and let them walk through, and it's just wonderful. And again, it brings your whole school together, and our special education students are very special to us, and they deserve that.
They do, and we do that for them when they are going off on anything. If they're going out for their field events, because they'll have a field event that'll happen up here at MLK Park, usually, in the spring when it warms up. And they did the bowling the other day, right before Christmas, and they had so much fun, and they all did great, and they're just the sweetest kids.
They sure are.
Sweetest kids. I love putting their pictures up in the news because then they're so excited, and that's wonderful. But I love this idea. And what is the timeline on it? You do it in association with March Madness?
Well, you can do it anytime, but we just think, when basketball is on the forefront, especially with college basketball, the NCAA tournament, why not do one of our games at that time? So we'll call it our own March Madness.
I love it. I think that's just a great idea. So is there anything else that we're missing that we need to know about Coopertown Middle before we wrap up our time?
Well, something we're always looking for is community help. We're the front of our school, we're going to end up getting a new electric sign. I guess years ago, there was a storm that came through and knocked down the sign that had been there for a while. So right now we just have a banner out there, but it's in the works with our county commission to work together and get a electric sign out front. We also have 4 flower beds out front that need a lot of love.
That's a good volunteer opportunity right there.
Great volunteer opportunity, for anybody from the high school or anybody from the county. And I know we have people who grew up in this area who do have their own businesses. So if there's anyone interested in helping us out, like I said, we have 4 flower beds out in front, and they need a lot of love. I know weather times, it's not the best time of the year to be doing that kind of thing, but we have one that's going to be a rock garden, and it's going to have purple and gold rocks in it. And we're going to start a new tradition this year. Our 8th graders, when they graduate from us, they're going to get to put their name on a rock and put it back in. So
I love that too. I want to steal that. We've got a little, because my kids are, you got some great ideas. Because we have this little flower box on the back of my room, and the kids are always wanting to sign something before they leave, and they're wanting to sign the back of I have a guitar because we do like a talent show and stuff, and I have a guitar. I keep it. Can we sign the back of your guitar? All these kind of things, and I'm like, I like the rock idea better.
Right. So we have 4 flower beds. Yeah. When the weather gets warmer, we're going to really put some effort into there. But if there's anybody in the community who's interested, you can always give the school a call at 615-382-4166.
One more time. In radio, you always do it twice.
615-382-4166. You can call the school and let us know if you want to come sponsor one of our flower beds.
Cool.
They're seen out front, and everybody sees them when they come in.
Yeah.
So it's just something we're trying to get our school to look a little bit better on the outside also.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And then come springtime, before our spring season starts, which is baseball and softball and boys soccer, we're going to hopefully have a community day on those fields. We're not just the parents of the players who come and help. Everybody can come and help and really get our fields looking good, because our students and our community deserve that.
I love it. That's great. What a great, y'all have got some great things going. I just love all these ideas.
Well,
these fresh
you.
ideas. That's great. Well, and thank you for coming. We'll visit with you again next year.
Thank you. I do have one more thing to add.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
January 14th at the Dairy Queen in Springfield is a fundraiser for our athletic program. we'll have some people from the school helping work out there, and they're going to donate, I believe it's 10% of all the proceeds that night back to our athletic program.
That is great.
Jared Cumberbatch, our athletic director, has set that up, and he does a wonderful job promoting our sports out in the community.
Love
and
him. He's a great guy.
He's also our media guy, so
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's wonderful. He does a great job. So he has spearheaded that. Again, that's January 14th at the Dairy Queen. So if you want to, if you have your sweet tooth and you need to go get a Blizzard, you'll also help out Coopertown Middle School.
Okay, very good. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Very good. Do y'all still have our little wood benches my husband put out there for the kiddos to sit on?
We do have our wood benches.
Okay,
yes.
we made those. We're proud of those. They
Yes.
might need some more paint, but from time to time. But
That's where our football players like to stop and knock their cleats out.
that's
so.
what they're supposed. That's what he put them out there for.
Yes, and they're still there and still used.
Okay, well, if you need paint on them, let us know. We'll
Sure
come help
will.
you out because I know they'll need paint from time to time.
Right.
I love those kids. They're just if you have not worked with the kiddos that are coming up, they're just the best. They're just the best, and they just need your love and they need your help. And as you said, volunteer opportunities right there.
Absolutely.
So wonderful. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
And again, welcome to our wonderful community.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. I'll let you make your way out, and Diane will make her way in, and we'll just keep going. Thank you so much. And again, that is Mr. Ken Neitz. He is the principal at Coopertown Middle, and as you know, we talk about with our come on in here, Miss Donna, and we talk to our principals on the first Wednesday of the month, so we can kind of stay up to date on what's going on in our schools around the district. And we appreciate Mr. Jim Bellis for making all this happen and getting all this set up. And thank you, and Miss Maupin. Okay, and so are you doctor or miss?
I'm Miss.
Okay, I always like I told him, I always like to clarify because some of our principals are, with that little DR in front of their name. Now, which school are you working with? And I need you to pull that microphone
Sure.
to where it's closer to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. Now
I'm
you're
at
perfect.
Robert F. Woodall Elementary. It's in White House.
Okay.
We're a preschool through second grade.
Oh wow, you got the little
ones, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Now, how many kiddos do you have?
We have about 525.
Oh my goodness.
We're averaging about 155 to 160 per grade level.
Oh my
But we have
goodness.
3 sections of preschool.
Oh my goodness.
know.
So how long have you been doing the preschool thing?
Well, I've been in education for 36 years. I started my career back in '89, and I was a kindergarten teacher at Watauga.
Okay. So have you been in the Robertson County district the entirety of your career, or have you?
All but 2 years in a neighboring county, which we won't mention.
It's okay. We're all family. But yeah, but that's wonderful. So are you from this area?
I am originally from North Carolina, where I was raised, but I moved here in '89 right out of college with my master's and was very hopeful and loved an area where I had to spend a lot of time just traveling to with my family and loving the live music and things like that.
Oh, yeah, it's Nashville. You can't beat Nashville.
Exactly.
So, well, very, very cool. So, and you said you've always worked with little ones. Did you ever work with high school, or have
I
you always
did.
worked with the little ones?
I stayed in the primary grades for 11 years, and then when I left the classroom, I had a background in music, but they asked me to teach music for a couple of years. And then when I went to the library, went and got a master's in that. And so I'm one of those college poor people, where you should be a doctor of all the education. But
I understand.
I did related arts for another 11 years. And then in 2001, Robertson County and Sumner County had an agreement where they split, and so I went over there to be the librarian. And when I came back to Robertson County, it was a 6 through 12 band, so I have been with the older students as a librarian.
Okay.
Followed them when we opened the new building on Highway 76, that is Heritage High, where Dr. Patrick Carnell is the principal, and then was with the high school students there, and then went back to the littles when I became an administrator in 2013 back at Woodall, where I had been when it first opened.
Oh, how
I was a
fun.
kindergarten teacher there.
What a wonderful,
so
wonderful
full
journey
circle.
you have. You've had a little bit of all of it. I love it. And I have so many questions. So you ended up getting a degree in library sciences then.
Yes, I have 2 masters and then my endorsement in the administration world. So
One of my daughter-in-laws is a librarian. That's why I had to
Oh,
mention
wonderful.
it. She's a librarian at a school in Jackson, and it's like a college prep school. It's a private school, but it's like I said, it's a fancy schmancy school.
Yeah, it's the
But a
hub.
great
It's the
school.
hub of
Yeah.
the building, really.
Yeah,
It really
she
is.
really is, and she's a wonderful librarian, and she is just, I mean, just her love of literature just is so cool. I just
Yeah.
love it, and she's teaching it to my grandson, and my son is also, he's such a literary person too, and so it's just so beautiful, and
Right.
I never realized that you had a degree in library sciences. I don't know. I don't know what I thought you had to do to become a librarian until I met my daughter-in-law and learned that it's, a very specific degree because I'd never been in
Absolutely.
education. And so it's very fascinating to me.
I love that you're at Greenbrier now, you said.
Yes, I
That's
am.
wonderful.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I am in the middle of my 4th year.
Wow.
I think that's right. Yeah, because what's fascinating is I've got kiddos that are graduating this year that I was with them their freshman year, and they just started in the audio video program. And we have a Black History Month presentation that we did that we recorded my first year. We were just trying to find, things to get the kids' feet wet in audio video. And I've got several of our senior class that they recorded these their freshman year. And oh yeah, we're rolling them out again next month.
I love it.
can't wait. I can't wait. And they're gonna be like, please, Miss Vivio, don't. Because they were quite young.
Absolutely.
But
I mean,
it's so
I listened to you for years as U-Turn LaVern. So
thank
how
you.
many years did you do that before you came here?
I was U-Turn LaVern for 28 years.
28 years.
And then I came. I ended the U-Turn LaVern thing ended in 2012, and then I worked at the Blaze TV for a couple of years. Worked in ministry for about 7 years, and then got recruited back into this. So but
When
yeah.
I came last year, you were not feeling well, and so you had someone fill in for you. So
that was the day I was flat sick.
you were sick.
Yeah, see that. Oh my goodness! So that was your day.
That was my
Okay, that's
day.
why I haven't met you. Now some days you just wake up and you just. It's like I had Sean Elmore was supposed to come in on Monday, and she goes, "I can't." Sometimes that flu hits you, and being around these kiddos, sometimes you're just done.
Right.
And I'm one of these, boy, I'll push through it. I was like, I can't. I was so sick that day, but
Yeah.
thank you for understanding.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Lee Marie is my sweet friend that fills in. She'll be, by the way, this is Wednesday, so Lee Marie will be coming in for another full hour of local radio here on 1100 WSGI with the Ghost Show. She'll be coming in here at 8 o'clock to take over, so get ready for that. But I'm so glad to get to meet you this time.
Yeah.
So that's very cool, and thank you. I appreciate you being a listener.
Absolutely.
It's so funny. I'm sitting here. I just got a message. I don't know if you remember the name Charlie Maddows.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, Charlie and I worked together, and Charlie and I worked together at LAC and did a morning show back with Phil Valentine, Terry Hopkins, Chris Kelly. We were and Charlie was part of that. Well, we've all been so proud of him because Charlie's part of the Bill Cody Show and the voice of the Dad Blame Opry, and we're
Yes.
so proud of him. But I've been trying to see if I could get my kids in to come in and see them, and so he just messaged me a minute ago that I can bring my kids by Friday
Yay.
morning. I'm so excited.
Field trip.
Yeah, well, we're doing a field trip. We had already had the field trip on because we're going to Skyway Studios up by Skyline Hospital. There are some amazing studios in Nashville, y'all. But I try to stay on this side of Nashville because I don't want to deal with downtown traffic. I just don't, because the studios I've worked in are all on Music Row. And so the idea of trying to take my kids down there is like with the traffic and stuff,
Right.
I'm like, and so we've got so many wonderful things on the Opryland side. And with Charlie being in there, I got a little bit of an in, since I knew him back in the day. So I appreciate you, Charlie. And then we have that wonderful studio that's right there on Dickerson Road where it was an old Sam's, if you remember. And what they're doing in there, oh my goodness. And then we have TBN up in Gallatin. So there's all kinds of wonderful field trip opportunities without me having to go into downtown.
Yeah.
So we're doing that on
Nothing
Friday.
gives them more those memories that'll
Yeah.
last a lifetime than doing something like a field trip where you get that on the
Yes,
spot.
I'm super excited about it.
experience.
So, yay, thank you,
Yay.
Charlie. And I haven't responded to him because I've been on the air since I saw his message. But anyway, we digress. We're getting off topic. We're here to talk about your wonderful school. So, you're a part of the preschool program. And is this like, you have to, is this, the preschool program is available first to kids who have the financial qualification. Right.
We do have two types at
Okay.
Woodall. We have the voluntary pre-K, and
Okay.
so it is income-based, and we have needed that for years in White House, and we're so glad to have it, and we are
Okay.
completely full. We have 20 students.
Okay.
And then we have two blended, and that way there are 50% that may have an IEP,
Okay.
and then 50% that are peers.
Okay.
And that is a wonderful opportunity for parents or guardians to have that all day school experience
Oh, yeah.
that takes that financial burden off of them.
Yeah.
And they do exactly what every other student in our building does, except for eat in the classroom.
Okay.
That's the only thing. But they have the same schedule. They start at the same time. They go the full day. They have all the related arts, all the technology. So
That's very cool.
it
That's
is
very
wonderful.
cool. And I mean, through my grandkids, I see what goes on with the cost of trying to get daycare and those opportunities is amazing. I
Absolutely.
mean, it's just incredible. And I was mentioning my daughter that teaches out in Jackson. They fortunately have a daycare at the school. And it costs them, but it's something where she can have him there with it. And then my other daughter-in-law that has 3 kids, she has her mother and sister that are able to assist with childcare, which is wonderful. But when you don't have that support,
Right.
good land, it gets expensive.
Yes.
And so many families just really need to have both of those incomes now to be able to survive.
They absolutely do.
So it's just such a blessing to have that. So you have how many? So tell me again, how many actual preschoolers do you have?
We have about 60 preschoolers.
Okay.
And then we have a lot of students that utilize the state for the speech services. So
Oh,
that
great.
parent will come and set up 2 to 3 times a week for those speech services for their student prior to starting in kindergarten. So that's a really nice service.
For speech therapy stuff.
Yes, because you can go through that Tennessee early intervention up until they're 3, and then the school systems will take over. And so we provide those speech services and language services to the community that need that, but they're not ready to come into school yet.
Okay, I love that.
They could, do the preschool program if they wanted to, but maybe those parents have a different alternative for their student prior to coming to kindergarten. So it's really nice that we have we filter in about 220 car riders in the morning. So we have a lot of car riders at Woodall. And then about 60 of those come in on that pre-K special ed entrance side. So the parents just have to come in, drop them off. I mean, it is such a service, I feel like, to our families. And there's not a better prep program for those preschoolers before they come into kindergarten. So we love having them there.
Yeah, because it gets you've got that many more kids that are ready for that kindergarten experience.
Absolutely.
Because that can be traumatic.
It really can. It's a new experience for those kinders if they've never been anywhere. And so we have 9 kindergarten classrooms. And so that is a lot to be able to, get them ready. So knowing that maybe 60 of them were already in pre-K before is really helpful.
How many kids do you have per class? You have 9 kindergarten classrooms?
9 kindergarten classes, 9 first grade, and 8 second grade.
Wow.
I know. So they're averaging anywhere from 15 to 22 students in the classroom.
That's a lot.
It is.
I have, because I end up, some of my classes will be 20 or more. And that's high school students. I can't imagine littles.
Yeah.
Do you have, with the teachers that are in there, and some of the high school students can be more challenging than littles at times, I think, probably. I doubt it, though, because, littles are just like, "Wah!"
Yeah.
But, and they're wonderful. My little grandkids, I just like, whew, they exhaust you. But, so do your teachers that have the classrooms, do they have teaching assistants that are with them, or are they in the classrooms by themselves?
They typically are by
Wow.
themselves. And then if you have an inclusion class, which means you may be serving some of the students with the IEPs, then you may have some pull-out or push-in services.
Okay.
And then we have a wonderful program in Robertson County called Grow Your Own that we partner
I
with
love
Austin
Grow
P.
Your Own.
And so we have 4 ladies that are in that Grow Your Own mentoring program, which is
Fun.
fabulous.
Fun. You probably have, who are the kids that you have in Grow Your Own right now? Do you know the names? Because I bet you have the one, her name's escaping me from Greenbrier from last year. I think she's over there with y'all.
Oh, good.
And as soon as I get to school, they'll go, Miss Vivio, I can't believe. But, she went into the Grow Your Own. I know Hannah Martin has been. Is Hannah there?
Hannah's there in our first grade class. She's
Okay,
with
now
Miss
she's
Abby
been.
Parks.
She's a full grown teacher now.
No, she's our second year, so she
Okay.
just has to go through one more year, and then she'll be ready to take
Okay.
over our own classroom.
Little connection there. If you've heard Jack Martin on these airways, that's his granddaughter that we brag on all the
Yay!
time.
Yay!
And
Emery Tisdale. I don't know if that's who you were
No,
thinking of.
no,
No. She is paired up in second grade.
okay. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm going blank, but it'll come to me. But we had it's just a great program, and we talked a little bit about that with Mr. Neitz a while ago. That if you're somebody that's thinking about getting involved in education, if you've got a kid in high school that wants to be a teacher, the Grow Your Own program is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. I've got a young man right now who he didn't get involved with the teaching. They have a club, future teachers, and I forget exactly what it's called. But I believe you can inquire and possibly get involved with the Grow Your Own, even if you didn't come up through high school with it. Do you know if that's the case or not? Do they have it available, or do you have to kind of come up through high school to have access
No,
to it?
you can enter it. We had some just classroom mothers, they were in the PTO or they may be substituting, but they applied and got into the program. So you don't have to start anything in high school. I think Hannah knew she wanted to do that and came
She
straight
was in
out.
it from high school on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know Jack, her granddaddy, and I talked about when, because I never really was around Hannah much when she was at school, but I know her family, and he was just bragging on her big and so excited. He goes, she's already working and all this. And that's how I first learned about the Grow Your Own programs when he was talking about, I'm like, what do you mean? She just graduated. How is she already in a classroom? And he explained it to me. And then I got to inquiring and I learned a little bit more about it. And it's just an amazing program. It is just an amazing program.
But it really does have a variety of people. Another one of our Grow Your Owns is Jamie Trent's. She's already started her family and married, and then came on board substituting, and then came on board full-time as an assistant. And she said, this would be a great opportunity for me to get my college degree, but still work here just like I'm doing. There'd be no difference. And so she's doing fabulous too. She'll be ready in another year to take over her own classroom.
So with, on the heels of that conversation, where are you guys as far as staffing? That's always, are you fully staffed right now? Are you looking for some different positions, and are you anticipating some retirements that are going to open up some positions for the next school year? Where are you in that you can talk? I know sometimes you can't get your retirements yet, but you kind of know that I think I'm going to need this, and this. Yeah.
Well, we did just lose our EL teacher mid-year, and we hated that. She was doing a fabulous job and has really prepared our EL students for that from that first semester. But we have interviewed, and so we feel like we're about ready to recommend for an EL. And then we have one special ed assistant that left us too mid-year, and she's fabulous. And so we hope to fill that soon. We're interviewing for it. So I do have one special ed assistant position open.
That is something, unfortunately, that we just seem to have across the board. There's not too many schools that could say, oh, yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We have a new special ed person that started just this week at Greenbrier. So, it's just constant.
Yeah.
But sounds like we're doing better staffing wise. It seems like a couple of years ago, man, we just had so many positions, but,
Right.
But
Robertson County has just been on the front end of offering such an amazing package for a brand new teacher or someone coming into the county. I wish that could have been available. Yeah, Dr. Weeks and we were talking about that back in July, like when we first started out. It was, nothing near where they can offer a teacher nowadays. So
yeah, my
very
friend,
lucky.
You might know Muriel Barnett.
I love Muriel.
Okay,
Yes,
she's one of my very
she
best
taught
friends,
my
and
children.
so she retired, and it was just not that long ago. We were talking about when she first started teaching. She didn't have any real guarantee of a job, and every year she was looking to be rehired or something. I was like, really? And talking about the pay scale and all those kinds of things. This is not those teaching jobs, guys. So if that's what you think teaching is, we've come a long way.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
but all of us have to work through the tenure. Yeah. So
it was definitely a different, and we're talking 30 years ago because she retired with 31 years.
Right.
And so, but some of the things she was telling me about what teachers had to endure. Oh my goodness. So I can imagine you and Dr. Weeks were like, I wish it were this good of a package when we started.
Absolutely.
This would have been nice.
Yeah, this is a great time to get into education, I think.
Really is. So I think that's really helping. I was having a conversation when we had our professional development on Monday. My cohort over at Springfield that teaches audio and video, we were discussing, and he kept mentioning that they're so short on teachers. And I thought, I don't think we are as much as what we were.
Right.
I think we're doing so much better in that regard. And like you said, it's because the district has been very aggressive in getting a better, introductory package out to where you've got great benefits, all those things, and making it much more attractive to look into.
And our little ones, of course, we are there to help make sure that socially and emotionally they get ready, they can regulate their emotions, and that they're ready to attend to a task, and then they are really strong in their phonemic awareness and their fluency so that they can really begin on that comprehension piece before they leave us and go on to Heritage Elementary for grades 3 through 6. So, of course, our goal all the way through in the White House cluster is, make a productive citizen, and so I feel like now with the CTE program, I mean, there's no reason why not everyone maybe is ready for college, but they can definitely go straight into the workforce with all the opportunities that Robertson County schools offer. I didn't have a CTE program when I was growing up in a rural community.
Oh, I didn't either. Yeah.
I mean, it was there at the bigger schools, but we didn't have that opportunity to bus the students to the bigger school like our county can bus over to Springfield High. That's amazing.
And that's the thing. And this, now we called it trade school whenever I was a kid, but you had very limits. Trade school was if you were going to do some kind of auto body or mechanic. I mean, it was very limited. It was very much, we didn't have things like criminal justice and medical field studies. And, well, we did have welding and construction and those kinds of things. We got the HVAC program now. We've got all the agriculture programs that we have that. We had FFA and home ec and all of that, but we didn't have anything like what they have now. And the way we were talking about drone certification and all this kind of stuff. Of course, those were technologies that have come along in the last decade, but nonetheless, the opportunities, as you say, are just phenomenal. Now, before we completely run out of time, what are you most proud of at your school?
I just feel like we have such an amazing staff. You have to be very hands-on with littles, and they're between the ages of 3 to 7 in our building.
Oh, wow.
So I feel like it takes a lot of nurturing, but you got to continue to have those high expectations. So I really appreciate them coming every day, willing to pour their heart out, knowing that we don't know where that student is coming from at the day, what their night was like the night before. And so we really wrap around services at Woodall. So I'm really proud of my staff. The students, I know they're young. We all have challenges at different grade bands, but if you have high expectations, they'll rise to it. And we have done amazing with our data so far this year. Those kids have grown from our second graders are the only ones that do the benchmark 3 times a year. So they have their first administration and their second administration, and we grew and we were so excited. And then we're about to do our second universal screener this Thursday. So we can't wait to see. And that's where everyone comes in. Like they all get to do their screener for their ELA and their math. And then second grade, that Mastery Connect is more like a prep to the TCAP.
Okay.
So we're really proud at those little ones too. They will rise to the occasion if you push them.
You bet.
So we can't wait to see the growth from our first screener to our second. Our winter screener is coming up. And then we love when like visitors, special events come over. We partner a lot with the high school over with Dr. Carneal and his team. He allowed us right before Christmas because one of our first graders had won Take Nash to class. And so the Predators came out, the cheer squad, Nash was there, and one of our first grade students whose mother came through, and I was her librarian back in the day. His name is Camden Patterson, and he was phenomenal with Nash. But the high school mascot, Sammy Schock, came over. He's the Patriot. And so it was a lot of duel between them, and the pep band came over. So we had a big parade and a lot of fun games. And they're going to air that this month on Channel 2, local on 2.
How fun. That'll be something they'll just get such a kick out of seeing themselves. That is so much fun. I love that Take Nash to School. How cool is that? That is great. Yeah. I love it. That is so much fun. Well, and is there anything else that we're missing that you want to make sure? We've got Lee Marie going to be coming in here in a few minutes. I don't want to leave anything off that we need to talk about.
No, I just appreciate the community support that Woodall has. We have a lot of community partners, but we are always looking for parents that want to come in and volunteer, so they know they can sign up through our website and our PTO, Facebook. We thrive on that. We have PTO meetings every other month with family engagement nights in between. So we're always looking for support for the school. So
Okay.
I just appreciate you having us on and letting us talk about our school and getting to know you more.
Absolutely, absolutely. The door's always open, and we just, we love our littles, and it's so much fun. And y'all are such a big area over there.
It is growing.
I mean, it is, and I know that y'all, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. And where exactly is Robert F. Woodall?
Sure.
'Cause I'm trying to remember. I'm in my brain trying to look it up here exactly.
Yeah. So
where
if
it
you're
is,
on I-65, we're on exit 108, so we're about 12 miles north of Nashville. And then if you're on 76, we are right across from Walmart.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah.
Super easy to get to us.
Okay, very good. Oh, I know exactly where you are.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly where you are now. I've been up through there many times, and I just didn't realize that was you guys.
That's us.
So very good. Now that was one thing that you were talking about, volunteer opportunities. Mr. Neitz was saying that volunteer opportunities extend beyond coming in the classroom. It's like, do you have anything on the grounds that you need some attention with?
Absolutely.
Because he was talking about. And he gave me
The
some
flower
ideas
beds,
about
yeah.
working about the flower beds.
I
and
know.
I was like, there's one right behind my room.
Right.
It might need a little attention.
We do. We have 2 play areas, and we have a preschool playground too, and then we have an outdoor classroom that's in our courtyard. It has 4 flower boxes, and then we have 2 huge flower boxes in the front of our building. They have just done a new HVAC system over the past year.
Yeah,
And
I've
so
heard that.
We
Okay.
had a lot of trees that had to come down, and so we've got a lot of just some extra things that would be needed that would help make the grounds more beautiful. If there's anybody out there that wants to help kind of work on that, you can call us up at the school. We'd be glad to help find an area that you'd like to help in. And then we put about 10 people, because the little ones need a little more extra help getting in and out of the cars, off the buses, the daycare vans. And so we all strap a vest on and we work the traffic. And we are battling 76 and Wilkinson. There's a lot of traffic
Yeah, you got some
that cuts
traffic
through our
issues.
property. So it takes a lot of people. So we are our own crossing guards out there. So anybody who wants to volunteer with our traffic, like I said, we move about 280 cars a day. We have 8 buses. We have 4 daycare vans. So we move a lot of vehicles.
It's a super busy area too. When you clarified where it was, I was like, oh yeah.
Right.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Now, what are your hours of operation? That's something I don't think.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I think people don't understand, the reason why we have the scattered start times is because of the buses.
Right.
To be able to facilitate getting these kids where they need to be, just like my husband, he's a teacher, but he also was safety coordinator for the buses before he became a teacher. So he is helping out and driving a bus right now. And he picks up Coopertown Middle kids, drops them, then picks up a load of high school students, takes them to Springfield, teaches all day, and then goes and picks up middle schools, takes them home, come gets the high school students, takes them home. So his day is like from 5:45 a.m. to 5 p.m. So the reason why they do that is because to be able to facilitate all these kiddos,
Right.
we have to have these staggered starts. So typically the little ones seem to start real early. Are
We
y'all
do.
real early?
We are. We start our doors open at 6:45.
Wow. Okay.
And
just like-
then
yeah.
school starts at 7:15, and then we dismiss at 2:15. Our challenge is that we do have to share the buses in the clusters. So Heritage Elementary, that is our next grade band, 3 through 6, they have the same start as we do because 4 out of those 8 buses start with Woodall, and the other 4 start with Heritage. And that's the only way we can move all those kids in and out in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's our challenge is if parents have children at both schools, they want to do the car rider line, the bus is always a service, but we move them pretty quick. Now, when they get to Heritage Elementary, we say it's like storming the beaches of Normandy. Like this, like barely stop. A student jumps out. But at Woodall, we come to a complete stop.
funny.
We blow the whistle, and
Storming
the kids
the
get out.
beaches of Normandy.
Yeah.
I love that.
But
You ought to come work in the schools, y'all. It's so much fun. We're such a family, and across the board, across the district, I just absolutely love it. It has just been the best blessing for me. I have had a lot of fun jobs, but I don't think there's anything that has been as much
It's so
fun.
rewarding. It might not be financially as rewarding, but it is so rewarding.
It really is.
Because when you talked about your kids knowing, like, I feel like those kids when I was at Watauga in kindergarten, they dedicated the yearbook to me when they became seniors, and that would have been years later, 12 years later.
That's amazing.
So they never forget how you make them feel.
Yep.
So, yeah, definitely.
Super special.
Yes, if you
Super
can't be in
special.
the education world, you could definitely volunteer in the community and be a part of
Drive a
that.
bus, be a bus attendant.
That's right.
You could be a sub, get on the sub list. We're always looking for subs.
Traffic.
Traffic.
crossing
You can
guard.
be crossing guard. You can be all the things, and we need you in the school system.
Open up milks.
There you go. Isn't that, see, those are the kinds of things that
Open
I
up
had.
ketchups.
I hadn't even thought about that in elementary school. You
Yes.
got those kinds of things. You got little ones trying to get their, lunch together. I think about the things we deal with in high school, and with me, it's technology, trying to get all their computers working at
Right.
the same time and get them logged in, and it's da-da-da-da-da.
Right.
Those kinds of things. But when you're talking about little kids, you're right. You just
Absolutely.
gotta help them just get.
You
all
did. They
things-
need a change of clothing in their backpack.
Yes,
If they
sir.
forget their water bottle, and we're like,
Yeah.
we'll call Mama. She's going to
It's
bring it up
okay.
here. We've got some more water bottles. We'll get you one.
It's so funny, isn't that sweet? I
I
love it.
know.
I'm so glad to get to talk with you.
Yeah, but they
This has
make
been
you feel
fun.
like a rock star every day when you walk in.
They
so
do.
They do.
They do. And guys, tell me now, how long have you been the principal at?
So this is 8 years, and then I was the
Robert
assistant
Woodall?
principal before that at Woodall. I came over
Okay.
in 2013, so I feel like I came back home
okay.
because I had been there. But Woodall has changed a lot. We have grown. There was like 257 back in 13, and look how we've grown.
Oh my goodness.
Twice the
Oh,
size.
and it's just going to continue to boom, guys.
Mhm.
It is not slowing down right here in Robertson County. So, grab hold and hang on.
I know it. That's a great way to put it.
Grab hold and hang on. But I love it. It's so nice talking
Nice
with
to meet
you.
you.
It's just so much fun. And I've enjoyed this, and I hope y'all have it as well. Now, don't forget, we do have another full hour of local programming coming on with my sweet friend, Lee Marie, and the Go Show. She'll be in here in just a moment. But again, this is Dinah Maupin. She is the Maupin. Did I say it right?
You said it right.
She is the principal over at Robert F. Woodall Elementary School, and this has just been a delight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, LaVern.
God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and all of you have a wonderful day as we say, hang on, don't go anywhere, because Lee Marie will be in here in just a few moments. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be checking in, of course, with the United Way, as we always do. And we'll have some other fun surprises. So I hope you'll be a part of it. Stay tuned for the Go Show coming up in just a few minutes right here on 1100 WSGI. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.